Hello everyone, welcome to MentorssAcademy, your trusted guide for UPSC Civil Services preparation. So, as you know, we have started the CSAT series and we are done with the orientation session. And this is our first lecture of quantitative aptitude. And this lecture is on one of the most fundamental yet powerful concepts, that is percentage, right? So in this session we'll be covering basics of percentages, conversion tricks, that is fraction to percentage and percentage to fractions, successive percentage change, practice questions to sharpen your skills, and some UPSC previous year questions for exam level exposure. So let's begin with the very basics, right? Let's understand what exactly is percentage. So word itself means per hundred, that is per hundred. So which is x percent, simply means x divided by 100, right? So for example, 45%, 45% is nothing but 45 out of 100, or simplified to 9 by 20. So percentages are extremely important because they allow us to compare ratios in the same limit, like in the same unit, even if the actual numbers are different, right? So for example, if a student scores 80 marks out of 100 and another scores 160 out of 200, both have the same percentage, that is 80%, right? So this makes comparison fair and uniform, right? So let's understand what are some of the conversion tricks we need to have in mind. So these are one of the most useful exam hacks: converting fractions to percentages, like fraction to percentages and vice versa, right? So here are some common conversion you must memorize for speed, like 1 by 2 is 50%, 1 by 3 is 33.33%, 1 by 4 is 25%, 2 by 3 is 66.67%, whereas 3 by 4 is 75%. So why do you need to memorize these fractions? Because in the UPSC CSAT, speed and accuracy are very critical. So if you know these values instantly, you save precious time that can be used for tougher reasoning questions. Got it? So yeah, so let's understand the percentage change formula here, right? So if there is an increase of p%, let's say, then the formula of the final value is initial value into 1 plus p by 100, 1 plus p by 100, like this, right? So if there is a decrease of p%, then the formula would be final value equals to initial into 1 minus p by 100. It's p by 100 separate. Okay, so yeah, but here is a tricky part: successive percentage changes. So if an item first increases by a% and then changes again by b%, the net change is a plus b plus ab by 100, net change. Note this formula. So this is a trick here. For example, if a price first increases by 20%, right, and then decreases by 10%, then the net effect is a plus b plus ab minus by 100, right? So a is 20 plus 20, b is minus 10. So plus AB, 20 into minus 10 by 100. Solve this and you'll get plus 8%. So it's a gain, it's a profit of 8%. So this shortcut is super important for solving exam questions in seconds. So carefully note this formula here. Yeah, so these are some of the basics you need to keep in mind regarding the percentage concept. So let's practice with some very basic questions first, right? Yeah, so these are some of the practice questions I have dropped here. So now let's test your understanding with some of these questions, right? The first question is very basic. Try to answer it in the like try to answer this, right? Half of 1% is written as a decimal is. It's a very basic question just for your understanding. So what is the half of 1% written as a decimal? 0.2, 0.02, 0.005, 0.05. So let's solve this. Half of 1%. Here is 1% by 2. That is half of 1%, right? So that is 1% is written as 1 by 100 by 2. That is 1 by 100 into 2. That is 1 by 200, which is equal to 0.005, right? This is very basic, I know, but like these are very important. For these are like the foundation of your foundation of this concept. The answer is 0.005, right? So moving on to the next question we have here. So if x is 80% of y, what percent of x is y? Right? If x is 80% of y, that is, let's solve this here. You try to solve it, pause the video and you can solve it. And yeah, let's solve it here also. X is 80% of y, 80 by 100 into y, right? So x by y is 4 by 5, right? So what did they ask? What percent of x is y? So required percent would be 5 into 100 by 4, right? That is 125%. So 125% of x is y. That is the answer here is 125%, right? So moving on to the next question. If 15% of a plus b, 15% of a plus b is 25% of a minus b, then what percent of b is equal to a? Read the question very carefully. If 15% of a plus b equal to 25% of a minus b, let's simplify this. 15% of a plus b equals to 25% of a minus b. So it would be 15a plus 15b equals to 25a minus 25b. That would be 10a equals to 40b. Here a equals to 4b. So this is the relation we got here between a and b. So what percent of b is equal to a? So that is the question here. So required percentage would be a by b into 100 simply, right? That would be a equals to 4b, right? So by b into 100, which is 400%. 400% is our answer. Yeah. So moving on to the next question. P is 6 times as large as Q. P is 6 times as large as Q. Then the percentage that Q is less than P is. Then the percent that Q is less than P is. What percent is it? It's the question here asked. So let's say we have P here, Q here. P is 6 times as large as V. So P is to Q would be 6 is to 1, right? Then the percent that Q is less than P is, so what's the difference between P and Q here? 5, right? Minus 5. Then this percent would be 5 by 6 into 100 simply. That is 250 by 3. That equals to 83, 1 by 3%. Right? So basic here. 83, 1 by 3%. It is the percent that Q is less than P. Q is 83, 1 by 3% less than P, right? Yeah. So yeah, let's move on to the next question. Right. So the time duration of 2 hours 45 minutes is what percent of a day? 2 hours 45 minutes. Let's understand. What is that? What percent of a day they asked, right? So percent equals to 2 hours. It's already in hours. 2 plus 45 minutes. Let's convert this to hours. 45 by 60. Okay, what percent of a day? Right? In a day we have 24 hours. By 24 into 100. You solve this, you'll get 11.45%. Alright? So the answer here is 11.45%. Well, so yeah, moving on to the next question. Another practice question. If 60% of A's income is equal to 75% of B's income, then B's income is equal to X percent of A's income. The value of X is, they asked you. Well, so what did they say? 60% of A's income equal to 75% of B's income. Then 4A equals to 5B. Here B equals to 4 by 5A is the relation, right? So then B's income is equal to X percent of A's income. Okay, so B's income is equal to X percent of A's income, right? So we already have B equals to 4 by 5A. This is X. So you solve this, you'll be getting X equals to 80. So the answer is 80. Simple, right? So these are the some of practice questions we have practiced now, and let's see few PYQs, one or two PYQs to understand the standards of UPSC. Here is the PYQ. Yeah, the question reads, the increase in the price of a certain item was 25%, then the price was decreased by 20%, and then again increased by 10%. What is the resultant increase in the price? Right? So, I'll read the question again. The increase in the price of a certain item was 25%, then the price was decreased by 20% and then again increased by 10%. What is the resultant increase in the price? So it's a successive percentage question, right? Let's solve it here. Let the price be 100. Let's assume the price is 100. So it is given that the increase in the price of a certain item is 25%. So the now the price becomes 125. Obviously, it's increased by 25%. So 25% of 100 is 25. So the new price is 125. Then again the price is decreased by 20%. Okay, so again 20% of 125 here, right? So 20% of 125 is 25. It has decreased, so now it's 100. Then the price again increased by 10%, again increased by 10%. 10% of 100 is 10 plus 10, so it would be 110. So initial price is 100, the final price is 110. So resultant price is, let's see what's the net gain or loss. Okay, that would be final value minus initial value by initial value into 100, right? You've seen this already. That would be 10%. It's a gain plus 10%, so it's a profit. 10% is the answer, right? So the next question here, I want you to answer, I want you to solve this question and answer in the comment section below. Yeah, so let me read out the question. In a class, 60% of students are from India, 50% of the students are girls. If 30% of the Indian students are girls, then what percent of foreign students are boys? Options are 45%, 40%, 30%, and 20%. You solve this question and drop the answer in the comment section below. So we'll be solving this in our next lecture, and we'll again practice more like advanced questions of percentage, right? Yeah, so these PYQ show how percentages directly appear in CSAT and why strong basics are non-negotiable. Keep that in mind. Have strong basics and the foundation. So that was lecture one of percentages, part one of our CSAT series. So today we covered basics of percentages, quick conversions between fraction and percentages, percentage change and successive percentage tricks, practice questions with solutions, and direct application through UPSC PYQs. So in the next lecture we'll continue with the part 2, moving into advanced problem types and more exam level tricks. So yeah, like, thank you so much for joining us at Mentors Academy today. Stay consistent and keep practicing, and remember, success in CSAT is all about strong basics and smart shortcuts, right? Keep that in mind. Yeah, so that's it for today from my side. See you in the next lecture. Until then, happy learning. Thank you very much.